Welcome to Grovery's tutorial on how to use Forsaken Survivors. This is part 1, so part 2 will either be support or sentinels. Also note this, I'm bad at making game tutorials like this because I have 2 days worth of experience and I did not and I collected these from the wiki, and I'm not sure if they're accurate or not because wikis are sometimes not accurate. I had to take this is like the 4th time I did this. Not the third 1 to 3 times are old recordings of this one, but it's just my inability of explaining. Plus, this is a bad tutorial, so go watch other tutorials. But if you're interested, so interested into this, I figured I have no choice. Anyhow, let's go. It's been 1 minute already. So here are Noob's abilities. Bloxicola, Slade Skin Potion, and Ghost Burger. This part is gonna be long, Anyhow, here are the abilities. So let's start out with Bloxicola first. Noob drinks a can of Bloxicola, granting them speed 1 for 10 seconds and removing all existing slowness effects. While drinking, Noob cannot sprint and has 10% less speed. I might just say tips instead of tutorials. So I was just gonna change the tutorial on tips with tips. Wait, I'm not sure if this is a tip or a tutorial or both, since I am just only saying tips. Anyhow, if you're running from the killer, use this ability quick, because if you're not quick-minded, then you might oof as in dead. Oh, and also, I don't want this to be age restricted just because I might say the word dead or something. Or fuck, shit, bitch! Anyway, use this. This is useful when you have slowness effects. Anyhow, first, and this is Slate Skin Potion. This is the hardest thing to explain since this is too much to read. Anyhow, this is too much to read and I don't know what tips should I give this thing of. Anyway, Noob drinks a bottle of Slate Skin Potion, giving them Slate Skin 2 for 6 seconds, providing 80 over heal but slowing them by 45%. The ability can be recast after 2.5 seconds of usage to remove the effect manually. If Slate Skin wears off naturally, waiting for the Slate Skin effect to wear off, Noob gains speed 2 for 2 seconds. But if it's ended manually, it only gives speed 1 While drinking, Noob has 40% less speed and cannot sprint. Unlike other abilities, the cooldown for this ability only triggers once Noob's Slate Skin effect wears off. For this one, you make a short but make a distance to drink the potion so that you wouldn't be hit by the killer when you drink this shit. And also it's best if you drink this and do not drink this after and then go to Bloxicola because Bloxicola does not do shit. I mean, if you drink it while you're in the Slate Skin effects, you'd get an achievement called actual noob. Come on, man. This method is not useful. Oh my gosh. I'll stop this tutorial for a bit. I'm gonna get bored. Sorry for that. It's just that I have to get the door. Anyhow, here's Ghost Burger. Noob eats a Ghost Burger, gaining undetectable 1 and invisibility 4 for 10 seconds. Note that undetectable doesn't work if they're the last survivor standing. While eating, Noob has 40% less speed and cannot sprint. Um, uh, Here's a tip for Ghost Burger. You have to, well, if you're being chased down by the killer, you have to you have to make a distance, eat the Ghost Burger, and then run off to somewhere else. If the killer is sprinting, you have to be fast. You have to eat the Ghost Burger first, and then make your escape. Oh my gosh, I forgot I left the door open. Sorry about that again. Just expect more interruptions in future parts. Oh, and don't use this when you're the last survivor standing. But if you want to, then fine, go for it. Make sure to hide somewhere else. Somewhere else, and be away from the killer. If you see the killer, run. And if you see the killer and you find this this thing, if you haven't wasted this yet, you can go run off. Oh, and here's a tip for Bloxy-Cola. I forgot to mention this. Do not use up all of your Bloxy-Colas, or else you'd be oofed first. It is recommended that you save these, or if you run out of those, you could look over the map and find some Bloxy-Colas laying around. If you find one, then save it. I actually don't know if it gives you speed 2 instead of speed 1, since you run out of this. Anyhow, here's Mr. Sevens. The reason why I said is Mr. 7 instead of 00717 or 007 is because those are a mouthful, and I prefer to call him Mr. 7. So here are Mr. 7's abilities: Clone, Cool GOI, and Eject. So for Clone, for Clone, 007, Mr. 7 taps into his exploits to create a clone of himself that lives for 10 seconds before dying. Upon creating a clone, Mr. 7 is given invisibility 4 and undetectable 1 for 4 seconds. If Mr. 7 touches their clone after 2 seconds of it being created, the clone will immediately die. The clone by default will wander aimlessly, but this can be changed through using the Inject ability. It's here. And Mr. 717's clone color will be white. Well, for this one, it is useful for distracting for killers because once the killers oof the clone, they'll be fooled. And once the killers touch the clone, they get oofed. But since killers are so intelligent nowadays, run for your life. Anyway, here's Inject, since it's this one. Anyway, upon activation, the clones created using Mr. 7's clone ability will have their movement type switched. This will not change the current clone's movement type if there is one. Aimless wandering. The clone wanders around randomly and aimlessly. 2. Pathfinding. The clone pathfinds to the furthest survivor spawn. 3. cursor. The clone moves towards the player's cursor. On mobile, the clone will instead run into the direction the player is facing, so using shift lock is not advised. I don't have tips for inject since since you can only use this when you have a clone. Hold on a sec. Sorry about that. Again, it's just I have a conversation. Anyway, cool GUI. Mr. 7 stays in place for 6 seconds before teleporting away to the further survivor spawn location from him. Being hit or starting a generator repair cancels it immediately, and the player will need to wait for the 50 seconds to end for the ability to be used again. For this one, it is advised for you to keep a long distance away from the killer. If the killer is sprinting at you, it's best and if the killer's sprinting from you, do not try to run, because if you try to run, you would be slow like a snail. Um, eh, so the only time you can use the cool GUI is when the killer is very very far away from you, and then you have to teleport and then you teleport before the killer hits you. I hate tutorials like this. No, tips like this. So you have to not do anything. No, you have to not do anything, and then you can use the code GUI. Just don't be spotted by the killer. Oh, and the cool GUI only teleports you randomly. And the cool GUI teleports you randomly. So if the killer is busy killing the survivor, you're kind of cooked. Let me rephrase again. Once you teleport and the killer finishes off another survivor, if your stamina is if you haven't run off your stamina, you use it right away. Man, use it right away. So I hope I did my best at explaining this, since it's 14 minutes, and this is not a tutorial. Basically, this is just a tip video, and again, and excuse my bad explaining. Yeah. Use these tips for your future gameplays if you play these two. That's pretty much it. Bye bye.